our cat today.
When they first brought him out to go to the vet, yeah, he was a little bit nervous at first, but then he fell asleep, they said.
It's okay.
Yeah.
He goes right to the cat tree. Yes. Yeah. He's purring. He's purring. A surprise birthday present for you.
Yeah, okay.
Tu vois?
Je vois, c'est quoi un chat?
Oui. Yeah, we just got him today.
Oh, today? Oh.
Yeah.
So look at Marybelle.
She doesn't see anything
Look
different.
at the room. Look at the entire room. A little cat?
He's twitching. You're gonna be in a video with me, Sora. Hi, Sora. You're curious? He's very curious with my setup. That's right. It has happened. I have become a cat mom. This video is going to be all about how we got our first cat. In this video, I'm going to kind of dive into how we found our cat, show you guys the essential cat stuff that he's been really liking, and things that have helped us through this whole journey. Yeah, just talking about our cat. This is actually the first time I have been around a cat for as long as I have. I have mainly been a dog person, not really by choice, but I grew up with like 4 dogs as a kid, so I was never really around cats. My grandma had a cat, but he was an outdoor cat and I didn't really see him that often. So this is my first real experience with a cat, and I guess I'll start from the beginning. So I knew moving to Sweden that we were probably going to get a pet at some point, but for the longest time we kind of talked more about getting a dog first. But then I don't know when the switch happened. I think it was because I feel like it was just kind of like a natural switch. So it just kind of happened where we thought, okay, we're gonna get a cat. And I always feel like I work better, or my mental health is better when I'm around pets, and my anxiety just wasn't the greatest. Before getting our cat, we were looking at shelters here in the city. So we wanted to make sure that we had a cat that was best suited for us. I wasn't expecting it to be as difficult as it was to find the, right cat. One particular night I personally was feeling kind of discouraged that we weren't going to find one. And there were a few prospects, like this cat right here, but that ended up not panning out, and I was really disappointed about that. And we knew that we wanted to get a younger cat just because both me and Sebastian I've never been around like a cat. I've never grown with a cat. I've never seen a cat grow in front of me. I've never had that experience. So, and for him as well. So we really wanted to have a younger cat and just have like the full experience. It was late one night and I was like obsessed at that point to try to look for a cat, and this woman, she made a post about her cat having had a litter of kittens and they needed a home. So I was like, oh my god, okay, maybe. I didn't want to jump the gun too much. I wanted to make sure that the cat was going to be, you know, the right fit and everything like that. So I told Sebastian about it and he messaged the woman, and we got pictures of him, and he was so small. He was like a little ball. We didn't know what, obviously it's hard to tell what a cat's personality, a kitten's personality is going to be just based off of pictures and when they're that young. So we decided to go visit him and his siblings to see, you know, if they were potentially the right fit for us. And the first meeting was so cute. I have never been around kittens before. I have only gone to cat cafes and have been around adult cats occasionally, but I've never been around kittens. So I knew what kittens look like, obviously, but I didn't really know how to act around them. I was kind of like, I don't know how to hold a kitten. I don't know how to hold a cat. I'm just like really awkward. I'm like I've been around dogs, so I'm like, do you hold them the same? And he was so small. He had the tiniest little meow. It was so cute. Here's some footage of us first meeting him and his siblings. So cute.
Oh, messed up. Oh, så.
Hi. As you guys saw in the snippet in the beginning of us bringing him home, I actually wasn't, maybe it was the fact that he had met us a few times before we brought him home, but I was surprised with how well he adjusted to being here. Like, sure, he was a little bit cautious at first, but like he had a very short adjustment period here. Like, he was very comfortable, he was very curious. I thought just by seeing other people's cat videos, cat adoption videos, new cat vlogs, that he was going to be scared, he was going to hide, we were gonna find him like deep under the sofa and he was not gonna want to come out. But it was quite the opposite, actually. He's very clingy. He loves being around us. Yeah, the process of bringing him home and like getting him adjusted was pretty easy. Like, he has been exploring every little corner. So he has the funniest personality. He always, whenever Sebastian is gaming, he's always looking at the TV, he's next to him. We have this one footage of, I think it was either the first or the second day, where Sebastian is playing Animal Crossing and there's the little guy just like fixated on the TV just because the character was running around, so he was very interested in what was going on. I don't know if this is a lot of cats do this, but he loves to announce when he's going to the bathroom. Like, he'll literally just go meow right before he goes into his litter box. Let me just get him. Okay, so this is Sora, and look at him, he's so cute. He's so sleepy right now. Closer look at him, he's so cute. Yeah, so he is actually, from what we know, he is half ragdoll, and his mother is half Norwegian forest cat, and half Maine Coon. So he is probably going to be a very big boy. I am very curious to see how his personality develops, how big he gets. He is quite independent, but he definitely is a more like cuddly, clingy cat. I don't know if it's because he's still a kitten and he's still young, so he wants that kind of, like, he wants to be cuddled. But for the name Sora, for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you probably remember that I put out a Instagram story where I asked you guys for some name suggestions, and a lot of your guys' suggestions were so fun. I loved just reading them all and just having more different ideas of cat names. Artemis was actually one that we considered. Flynn, Zuko was another one. We were also thinking of Tenzin. Those ones were kind of floating around for a while. Link as well was one of the options. Haku was actually another one. Oh, we came across the name Sora, and I know a lot of you guys will probably think it's from Kingdom Hearts, which, sure, I mean, it is. Beyond that, like, we're not like mega fans of Kingdom Hearts. Like, we're not like, oh, we have to name him a Kingdom Hearts character. It was just a name that felt right for him. Sora means sky in Japanese. It's also a fairly unisex name in Japan. He just really felt like a Sora. Yeah, so Sora stuck. For those of you who are looking to adopt a cat, in general, something that we've been trying to do with Sora is slowly introducing things to him, like vacuuming. We set the vacuum on the lowest setting and started to vacuum because I have a weird thing with like clean floors. I need my floors clean like all the time. So not vacuuming was just not an option. So we just set the vacuum on a low setting and just kind of like kept him away from the vacuum, and he just watched. He was so curious about what was going on with the vacuum. He even came up to it and was curious. He kept his distance, but he was very curious. And then when we turned off the vacuum, he was sniffing the whole thing and then ended up eating like part of like the hair from the vacuum, which, yeah, so slowly incorporating things like that might be a little bit scary for a small pet. We have also started getting him used to being on a leash. So we bought him a harness for kittens. We tried it the other day. We took him on our balcony just to get him used to being outside and to have the harness on. He doesn't love the harness, but the more we do it, the more he'll be used to the feeling of having to put on a harness. We want to be able to like take him out when we can, and just to get him used to that stuff so that if we need to travel with him, he won't be as stressed out, versus if we never do this stuff, then he will be very stressed the first time we take him out someplace. I personally really want him to be comfortable with going out and not feeling afraid when he has to either go into his cat carrier or to be on a leash. I want him to have like a good experience with those things, because it is really sad when you take your pet to go to the vet and they're just so stressed. Like, it's kind of hard to, like, it's kind of inevitable that they're gonna be a little bit nervous going to the vet, but I want him to be at least somewhat comfortable being at the vet or to go out and not feel so stressed out. So incorporating like small things like that, I feel like will be very beneficial for him. It's so interesting as time goes on, getting to know Sora and getting to know cats just better, having one now, and trying to figure out, you know, body language, what certain meows might mean, has been very interesting, because, you know, I'm not as used to that sort of stuff. I'm not used to trying to read a cat. So instinctually I get a little like nervous, but as the days go on, I'm starting to learn more and more about him and how to handle him. I saw a TikTok prior to getting a cat where it said something like, if you don't like cats, then you don't have a sense of humor because they're just hilarious. And it is so true. Watching a cat do its thing, like sometimes they act so weird and it's just endless comedy. Like even when I'm annoyed, I just find it hilarious the way he's being. Like it's just so funny. I feel like cats have such they have kind of a bad reputation, like in general, for some reason. I don't know why, but people often say how cats are like mean, and people will automatically just be like, I don't like cats, just because it's harder to gain a cat's affection instantly. It's not like a dog where typically a dog will be drawn to you because they want to play with you, they want pets, they want to walk. It's just easier to get a dog's affection and attention and their loyalty, whereas cats, you have to work a little bit harder to get them to like you. So I think in that aspect, that might be why some people blatantly don't like cats. But I feel like you really just need to get to know a cat in a like a one-on-one personal basis before you make judgments like that. I really feel like they should just spend more time with cats and getting to know them and just earning the trust of a little feline friend, because they are very special in their own ways. Also, a thing that you should know if you're planning on getting a cat is that there are just certain things in your household that is most likely going to be scratched at. And it's kind of inevitable, and you know, learning to be like, okay, you know what, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay if that's scratched. I have a recording, like a DIY recording booth in the room, and we made sure to take off the curtains for the booth just because, you know, he has shown to really love curtains. So we took that off, but he is still obsessed with trying to climb the booth, trying to jump on the foam panels that Sebastian glued on the walls, so it's like starting to come off. We also have like the bedroom for acoustic purposes. The two walls are curtains. They're stage curtains, and you know, we even said before getting Sora that we're fully expecting like a cat to be hanging off of the curtains on the wall, and sure enough, that yes, yes, it happened. So there's little like scratch marks on the curtains, but yeah, just expect that they're going to scratch at things. They're gonna try to climb your clothes. It's just things that you have to expect. And if there's anything that you really don't want to be, you know, scratched at or ruined, then just put it away so that the cat doesn't see it. Most likely your cat will enjoy a cardboard box more than like treats or more than their toy. But yeah. What I want to show is actually this cat tent. Sora really loves it. He actually loves playing in it a lot. He sleeps in it, obviously, but he like climbs up the poles and stuff like that, which is why they're so wonky. But I got this on Amazon. Everything that I'm gonna show here, I'm going to link in the description, so if you wanted your own, then you can take a look at it. But they had several different colors, but I really liked this sort of green shade, and it has some 𝘓𝘪𝘠𝘬 on it, which I thought was exceptionally adorable. Here's a clip of the cat tent when it's like properly placed and all fixed up, and it looks pretty. And the cool thing with this too, actually, is that you can remove this cushion part. So if you want your cat to be someplace other than like the corner that you've placed your tent, then you could like take the cushion and then, I don't know, put it on the couch or something. Oh. Another thing that we got for him was this cat tree. This was on display at the pet store that we live close to. And this is an old model it was an old model and the only model they had. So it was fairly cheap compared to the new version, which didn't really have much of a difference from this one. The only thing is that this little scratching part was like either like a square or a triangle or a rectangle or something, I can't remember. But yeah, that was the only difference. Everything was pretty much the same, and he really enjoys this thing. Ignore this paintbrush. So this is Sora's kitty litter that was a purchase from Amazon, and let me turn on the light. I don't want to open it because I'm pretty sure he did some stuff in there and it might not be buried properly. But this has like a little door for him. At first he was scared of it. He was scared of going through, but after the first few tries, he started to get the hang of it. And yeah, there's a little like charcoal piece right here. And this kitty litter, I can't remember how much it was, but it was very cheap for what it does. It works great. And his sand, his kitty litter sand, I think that's what it's called, is very good. I'll show you what it is. So in here, this is the kitty litter sand. It's inter sand. And it says 𝘓𝘪𝘠𝘬. But yeah, this is what it looks like. This stuff is really good. This is how big Sora is. He's pretty big for a kitten his age. He's very big. He's a big boy. Yup. So this is the newest thing that we got for him. This is a water fountain. We noticed that initially we were using this. This is a bowl that we use for kibble, which is also really great. It has a really adorable bear design on it. But this we used for water initially, but we noticed that he wasn't drinking. And so we were a little bit concerned about that. So we decided to get this fountain because someone told me that they're more drawn to water when it's like, it's flowing. So this has worked like a charm. We got this at our local pet store. Yeah, I suggest getting that. So this is what we've been using for his like bowls. So this is for his wet food and this is just for like dry food. This is a food mat that I got from Amazon. It's really good. It's super cute. I love the cloud design. They had a few colors, but I liked the blue one the most. And this one is the cat bowl that we saw at the pet store, and I thought it was really cute because it has a fox. So yeah, this is its brother. So for dry food, we use 𝘓𝘪𝘯𝘬𝘬. So these are for kittens. I'm not sure how much he loves this. He eats it, but like, I don't know, he does this like weird like burying motion once he's done eating. So I don't know if that's like him saying it's like shit or something, but yeah. And this is his wet food, also from the same brand, 𝘓𝘓𝘯𝘬𝘓. And we have the chicken and turkey version. So it's just, they just come in these little packages. I don't think he minds these too much. This is his harness, which is adorable. It's just like a bunch of cats on it. He will definitely outgrow this one day. These are cat treats that we ended up getting. They're from Trixie. It's a junior salmon clouds. He isn't too crazy about these ones. This is a Furminator undercoat de-shedding tool for long-haired cats, for medium and large cats. So this we will use when he gets bigger. And don't know how it works yet. It seems to be pretty good, but yeah, this will be nice to have once his fur grows out and once he gets bigger. I forgot to mention, but this thing is like a lint roller, but kind of like it's made for pets and it works so well. I got this off of Amazon and I mainly got it because the reviews were like, they had a lot of reviews and a lot of positive reviews, and it does work very well. I know that looks really gross, but his most favorite toys of all are shoes. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys found this video helpful. And if you want to follow Sora on his Instagram account, then the link will be down below, as well as my socials. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Much love, guys. You want to say bye to everybody? You want to say bye? Bye, everybody. Oh, yeah, bye.